All right, today we're diving deep, literally, into one of the ocean's greatest and most fascinating mysteries, the octopus. This is an animal so strange, so intelligent, that for years its very origins have been the subject of some pretty intense debate. Let's get into it.
9 brains, 3 hearts, and blue blood. Yeah, you heard that right. It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie, but this is the biological reality of the octopus, a creature that really challenges our whole definition of what life on Earth is supposed to look like.
I mean, with a resume like that, it's no wonder the octopus is considered a true biological enigma. It's a puzzle so profound that some very serious scientists have actually looked beyond our own planet for the answers.
Let's just run through this list, because the facts, they just get wilder. 9 brains, 3 hearts, and that copper-based blue blood. A body with 0 bones that can pour itself through an opening the size of a coin. And get this, its arms can literally act and think for themselves even if they get detached. It's just an incredible set of features.
This slide really breaks down one of the biggest differences between us and them. Our nervous system is centralized, right? One main brain is the CEO, calling all the shots. But the octopus uses this incredible distributed network. It has a central brain, sure, but each of its 8 arms has its own mini-brain, letting them operate and solve problems all on their own.
And it's not just the nervous system. It's literally in their blood. Instead of our iron-based hemoglobin that makes blood red, they use a copper-based version called hemocyanin. That's what makes their blood blue, and it's way more efficient at moving oxygen around in the cold, low-oxygen depths where they thrive. So you have to ask yourself, how on earth did a creature like this come to be?
Well, all of these bizarre traits led to a pretty radical idea. In 2018, a group of 33 scientists co-authored a paper proposing the hypothesis that sounds like pure sci-fi. What if the octopus isn't from Earth at all?
And this quote really gets to the heart of why they even went there. The octopus just doesn't seem to fit. Its biology is so unique, so profoundly different, that it forces us to question the standard models we have for how life evolves on this planet.
So what's the actual case for this off-world origin? Let's take a look at the evidence they put forward.
The whole idea hinges on a concept called panspermia. You can kind of think of it like cosmic gardening. The theory that the basic seeds of life can travel through space on things like asteroids and comets, planting themselves on any suitable planet they happen to crash into.
Now here's a major piece of the puzzle that supports their theory. In the fossil record, most species take their time, evolving slowly over millions of years. But the octopus? It just bursts onto the scene during the Cambrian period, almost fully formed. This sudden arrival really is a challenge for the traditional gradual model of evolution.
So that 2018 paper laid out 2 possible scenarios for how this could have happened. First, the cryopreserved, basically frozen, octopus eggs hitched a ride on a meteor and then thawed out in our ancient oceans. Or scenario 2, maybe even crazier, that an alien retrovirus came to Earth, infected an ancient squid population, and totally rewrote their DNA, transforming them into the octopus we know today.
But, okay, if octopuses really are this advanced life form, why don't they run the world? Well, the answer seems to lie in this very strange biological trade-off. An incredible ability that also happens to be a tragic weakness.
This is the critical question, isn't it? An intelligent species, here for 500 million years, where are the octopus cities, the underwater civilizations? It seems like a huge hole in the theory. But it turns out, their own biology provides a fascinating and kinda sad answer.
Their superpower is something called RNA editing. While the rest of us have to wait for generations for random genetic mutations to help us adapt, an octopus can edit its own RNA on the fly, adapting to its environment almost instantly. It's an absolutely incredible evolutionary advantage.
But here's the catch. For all that biological genius, for that incredible superpower, their lifespan is tragically short, just 1 to 2 years. Their candle burns unbelievably bright, but it also burns out incredibly fast.
And this is the heartbreaking reason why. After a female lays her eggs, her body begins a process of programmed cell death. She just stops eating and withers away, usually dying right as her babies are born. This means knowledge can never be passed down from parent to child. How could a civilization ever form when every single generation has to start over, completely from scratch? So, after all of this, after this wild journey into panspermia and alien viruses, where does the scientific community actually land? Well, The consensus paints the octopus not as an alien, but as something that might be even more profound.
The verdict from mainstream biology is pretty clear. They are 100% terrestrial. As strange as they are, their DNA shares a clear foundational lineage with other mollusks, like snails and clams. They are, without a doubt, a product of Earth's own evolution.
So how do we explain their incredible intelligence if they aren't aliens? The answer is a fascinating concept called convergent evolution. Think of it like this. Two different inventors in two different parts of the world who have never met both invent the airplane. High intelligence is just a really good idea, so it's not that surprising that evolution came up with it more than once on completely separate paths.
So in the end, the octopus isn't evidence of life from another world. Instead, it's evidence of a second, completely separate genesis of intelligence right here on our own planet. It is evolution's other masterpiece. And that leaves you with an even bigger thought. If it happened twice, right here at home, how many other times has it happened out there, among the stars?